Today, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 3 of the NFL on E!
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. To return it, Darius Phillips. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Nifty move there on the run, but ultimately brought down at the 25. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Second and 8 coming up. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Working from the gun, it's Carr. That is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. From the 45 on 2nd down. He's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line.
Miami's receivers had the 2nd fewest yards of any receiving group in 2020 and the fewest yards in run after catch as well. Jalen Waddle, he might solve both of those problems. Taking 6th overall, he picks up a first down right there.
Out, and he can't find it. Max Crosby able to take.
Pass rush has been a problem for the Raiders. Just 21 sacks in 2020. Just did right there. A better example of what they're seeking.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. That's swung out to Mostert.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Carr now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Phillips in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Tyreek Hill from last week. There are the numbers. 8 catches, 76 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And some space here. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Jacobs with a carry on 1st down as he'll get about 3 there before he's taken down. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 21 carries, 109 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
The Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
First and goal from just inside the 5. Here's Carr. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now Carr. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Throw that side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And now Derek Carr, he is the focus of our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
People often refer to him by his exotic nickname, but Tyrann Mathieu, a career-high 6 interceptions in 2020. And with his instincts, 4 of them were off of tip balls. Named an all-pro safety for the 3rd time, he just adds to his total.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. 2nd down and 3. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Tua now on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Tua. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The Raiders on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line.
No tight end had more catches in 2020 than Darren Waller with 107. The 3rd most by a tight end in history. Maybe we should just take the label off and call him an outstanding receiver.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Carr. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he'll be out right at the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's going to go down again. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense heading back for one final first half drive, and they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat. And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Josh Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we'll head east to stay in New York, sort of, as we check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Tyrod Taylor, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Rams trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Working with a 2nd and 4. Here's Tua. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. Looking to pass. Tua. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Second and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing to start the drive. Carr. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. Now Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run out.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he's a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me, with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Carr now on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing now is Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation, very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Here's Carr to throw. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. It's obvious they've looked his way early and often in the red zone this year. And that's usually a pretty good place to find a tight end in the NFL.
For the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. We've been Nogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Miami set to take over.
And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Hickey. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield. As
Wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll get this down to the 10. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game. From the 2 now, second and goal.
They'll run with Mostert.
And he'll take this.
Mostert.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the
offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. On the return, Phillips.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.